If you get your views from television news, you'll only hear stories that corporations choose. You'll only get to see what they want you to see. You're gonna have to read and decide what you believe. We all watched in horror 911. The planes hit the towers and the towers came down. Did you ever wonder how they fell so fast? Well, maybe that's a question that we're not supposed to ask. Don't you think it's strange there were no fighter jets? Did someone give the order not to intercept? And if they really scrambled, then why'd they fly so slow? Maybe there's an answer that we don't want to know. And where was our president? George W., that fool. He was visiting with children at an elementary school. And when he heard the news, he didn't seem concerned. He just calmly read a picture book while all those people burned. The Bushes and Bin Ladens. Now what's that all about? While all of us were grounded, they flew his family out. Osama got his training from the CIA. Our soldiers took Afghanistan, they let him slip away. A new Pearl Harbor was their big chance to launch 2 wars that they'd planned in advance. Now we know they lied about weapons in Iraq. Did they allow the 9/11 attack? If you get your views from television news, you'll only hear stories that corporations choose. You'll only get to see what they want you to see. You're gonna have to read and decide what you believe.
Afternoon and welcome to another episode of 9/11 was an inside job. Well, there's been a lot in the news lately and I'm pretty aggravated about things, and you should be too. Let's just go ahead and start out with one thing. We're coming up to the 9/11 anniversary, number 9, I guess. I have one more show before then. The September 4th show will be live, and then of course September 11th I'm doing a collaboration effort. There will be a special 9/11 show on 9/11. But I'm going to be showing this, well, you can't really see it, but this is Richard Gage's Blueprint for Truth, 9/11 Blueprint for Truth. It's a two-hour video. The one that he shows to architects and engineers who then later sign up. It's a convincing thing. So I'm going to show that in its entirety. And I guess we'll just start right out. There's a special today. Today's a really good day if you're interested in hearing a really good debate. Lately, we've canceled several debates between our 9/11 group, various 9/11 groups, and somebody who's supposedly supposed to support the official story. But so many of these interviews have been canceled because at the last minute, or even before the last minute, they can't find anybody to support the official story. Well, if you recall, back in 2008, there was a radio interview debate between Richard Gage and the author of the Skeptical Inquirer, or the editor of the Skeptical Inquirer. And I wasn't very comfortable with that. And he kept bringing up things in science that Richard Gage wasn't qualified to answer. But on the other hand, the things that Richard Gage brought up, that guy didn't answer. I wasn't very satisfied with the debate. And I've got a guy that does an email correspondence with me. He's kind of a nuisance, but I hope that doesn't piss him off. He knows he is. And he keeps demanding that we come up with somebody to debate Richard Gage, or that Richard Gage won't debate. He's a liar. He's just trying to sell books, etc. And I just wonder, is this guy a government clacker or something? And then I say to myself, no, he's really not that literate. But the point is, there are lots and lots and lots of people that have that problem. And tonight on Coast to Coast AM, I think you can listen to it KEX 1190, 10 p.m. Pacific time tonight. That's August 21st, in case you're watching this on YouTube or something later. August 21st at 10 p.m. Pacific time, watch Coast to Coast. It's a 4-hour debate. Now, go ahead and put up CG number 7. And this is a highly anticipated debate between two members of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth and two physicists. It's scheduled for August 21st, 2010. The debate will air on the popular late-night show Coast to Coast AM with host Ian Punnett, I think that's how you pronounce it, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Pacific time. Richard Gage, AIA, the founder of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth and an architect for over 20 years, has delivered over 150 presentations in 17 countries, including Canada, Europe, Australia, Europe's a country, okay, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and throughout the United States. He was joined by the Danish scientist of Copenhagen, a chemist, I skipped a line, the Danish scientist Niels Harrit, associate professor at the University of Copenhagen, a chemist and university teacher with expertise in organic chemistry, photochemistry, fluorescence, and nanotechnology. Harrit co-authored a peer-reviewed paper along with Dr. Stephen Jones and several others, documenting the new discovery of a highly energetic nano-engineered form of thermite in the World Trade Center dust. In its ordinary form, thermite, a mixture of iron oxide and aluminum powder, burns extremely hot, around 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit, sufficiently hot to melt iron, which melts around 2,700. Gage and Harrit will present evidence that the 3 World Trade Center skyscrapers were explosively demolished on September 11, 2001. We hope that this milestone debate at this prestigious venue will give us an opportunity to lay out the explosive evidence that has alarmed over 1,000 technical and building professionals into demanding a new World Trade Center investigation, Gage told the Examiner. Down here, this is about the challengers now. Challenging the Gage and Harrit contention that explosives were responsible for the building's destruction will be mathematician and physicist Dave Thomas from a group called New Mexicans for Science and Reason. Thomas, a fellow of the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry and publisher of the Skeptical Inquirer magazine, will be joined by associate industrial physicist Kim Johnson, also on the board of MSR, and past